Issue of the tax cuts, I'm holding a letter from Mike Ross and a bunch of other Democrats, pages of Democrats, who have asked Pelosi and Steny Hoyer to extend the tax cuts. Those are tax cuts for businesses. They should be extended.
Senator?
Well, I'm just glad I'm not responsible for every other Democrat out there, so because I want to be responsible to and responsive to the people in the 2nd District. And extending those tax cuts for the folks who are at the very top of the financial scale, to me, is one of the ways we show irresponsibility when we talk about what we're going to do to make sure our kids don't continue with this debt. I think in order to get out of the deficit, you need to be sure you're not considering electing somebody who wants to go back to the things that we did to get us into this deficit situation. That is really important. And it's not about blame. It's just about making sure we acknowledge what the promise is, that if we elect folks who want to go back to the days that got us into this situation, that is not going to address the deficit and the onerous burden.
Any attempts to tie me with anyone from the past who spent a lot is a mistake, because I am my own person. And I am dead set on getting our fiscal house in order, and I am dead set on cutting out a lot of the waste and the spending that our federal government does. So let's not confuse me with folks in the past who spent with abandon, number one. Number two, it is a fair point that if you're looking at the number of small businesses affected by the 01 and 03 tax cuts, it is a fair point that they, as a percentage, are not the majority. That is true. But what is also true is the core group that are impacted are the most successful small businesses. The most successful small businesses are the ones that are the job creators in those top brackets. And there is no doubt about that. They are the innovative companies, and innovation is the key to job creation. If we want to cut spending to cover whatever the estimate is, I'm all for it. But I can tell you, rule number one is, in the middle of this economic downturn, which I'm sure was not foreseen when these tax cuts were put into place, the right thing to do in the middle of this economic downturn is not to raise taxes. Because let's be clear, letting tax relief expire is raising taxes. And now's not the time to do it.
And let's remember a little bit here that when this bill was passed, that we had the tax cuts, it was set, there was a certain date it was going to expire, and the expiration date is here. And it was not a secret. It was going to help at the time, and at a certain point they're going to expire. And we should honor that. But in the face of dire situations we see now, I have some understanding of those who are making $250,000 and under. As we talk about folks on small businesses making the $250,000 and up, they generally are not small businesses that are hiring a lot of people. And there's been a lot of discussion about this, but it tends to be folks who have, and I can't pick on any certain profession, so I'm not going to purport to do that, but you have maybe, if you might be a law firm, and it's your law firm, and you're fortunate enough you make a whole lot of money, and that would be great. I'm happy for you. Or if it's a doctor's office, or whatever the case may be. But there has been a lot of miscommunication, and I think a lot of disinformation, that most of these small businesses that we're talking about, the ones that create the jobs, make $250,000 and less. And most of the small businesses don't make $250,000. I mean, those are the facts. And it's easy to misconstrue the facts by saying and purporting that the folks who are making $250,000 and up are small businesses that are hiring, but that is not the case. It's those who are making less than that. And it simply asks that we all make a sacrifice here. And we're going to change our country and get us back on the right track. Let's all be a part of the sacrifice.